So far, the route definitions that we have defined inside our application, all these routes are static routes. But in real applications, sometimes you may have to build dynamic routes as well. For example, right now inside the home page, we're displaying all the product details. But I should also give a flexibility to the end user. If the user click on these product details, it should navigate the end user to the product details page where I can display more details about this product. Inside that product details page, we can also give flexibility to the end user to add that product details into the cart. To build all this functionality, we need to understand how to define dynamic routing configurations inside React application. So this topic will be the focus for the next few lectures. First, I'll go to the product card component. Using this component only, we're trying to display all these details like image, product name, product description, along with the price. Here, instead of this div, I'm going to mention link, and with the help of link, I'm going to mention the path as well. Before defining the path, let me correct the last element here by mentioning link, followed by I can try to define some path here. To define the path, I'm going to leverage text literals. So let me type backticks, followed by first I'm going to mention the static content, which is products, followed by forward slash. After this forward slash, I want to populate some dynamic value by reading the data inside this product object. So let me use this product and read product ID field. With this, what is going to happen? Since each of my products, they are going to have different product IDs, this path is always going to be dynamic. It is not always going to be static. Let me save this and go to the browser. Inside the browser, I'm receiving an error saying that link is not defined. This is because I forgot to import link. So let me import link, followed by I can go to the browser, and this time I'll be able to see the products. If I try to hover on this product, you'll be able to see in the bottom left corner, there is a link. If I click on this, obviously we're going to get 404 error because we're trying to navigate to a path for which there are no configurations defined. So let's try to define dynamic routing configurations inside the main.jsx. This is going to be very simple. We just have to first type the static content, which is products, followed by forward slash. So whatever dynamic content value that you're going to receive, such details you need to mention by following a syntax. The syntax is first you need to type colon. After the colon, we can define a placeholder variable. For example, here I'm trying to mention the placeholder variable as product ID. So whatever we have defined with the help of this syntax colon product ID, it is going to act as dynamic inside our application. If someone is trying to navigate to this product/9, this 9 will be assigned to this variable product ID. The same request to params data we can also access inside the respective component. I'll show you the demo around that in few minutes. But before that, we need to define the correct component for this path. Let me create a new component with the file name as product detail.jsx. Inside this, I'm going to create a simple functional component, followed by I'll try to import that inside the main.jsx. First, let me type import product detail. The same I'll try to refer here under the element property. Now we can try to test this scenario. Before that, I'll switch back to the light mode so that we can see the content inside our application. So if I click on any of this image, you'll be able to see we are seeing the component being loaded with the name product detail. Of course, as of now, this is always the static content. We're going to enhance this. As a next step, I'll show you how to read these product ID param value dynamically inside your component. Let me go to product detail, and here inside the component, we need to use a hook with the name useParams. So let me type useParams, and this hook is present inside the React Router DOM library. When we use this hook, it is going to return an object of key and value pairs of the dynamic params from the current URL that were matched by the routes. Child routes inherit all params from their parent routes. Let me import this hook, followed by I'm going to create a constant with the name as params, and to this params, I'll try to assign the output that we receive from the hook useParams. Now using these params, I can directly access the dynamic param value. How to do that? It's very easy. Let me remove the static content here. Instead, I'll try to display some dynamic value with the help of the JavaScript expression. So here I'm going to use params dot product ID. Whatever variable that you have defined inside the routing definitions, the same variable name or the placeholder name we need to mention here while we are trying to read the params data with the help of these params. So let me save this and go to the browser. This time you will be able to see the 15 value is displayed on the UI. If I go to the home and if I click on some other image, this time you are able to see some other product ID value, which is 11. This 11 we are trying to read from the request params that we have inside the route. I hope you're clear on how to set up dynamic route definitions and how to read the dynamic parameters with the help of useParams hook. We need to enhance these products detail a lot. Let's do the same from the next lecture.